Hello.
Good evening, Mr. Ram. How are you doing this evening?
Yeah, good evening, sir. Yeah, it's a good. Thank you.
All right,
And how
excellent.
are you?
Uh, what about me? Okay.
Yeah,
No, I am also having a great time. Okay. Uh, Business as usual, I should say. Like,
yes,
it is life, and life goes on irrespective of whether you're having a good time or not. You try
yes,
to
yes,
have a good time despite the
yes,
circumstances. So
yes,
I'm trying. I can't complain. It is all nice. It is all well.
yes,
Thank you
yes,
for asking. And because this is going to be our first session together,
yes,
I
yes,
think it would be proper if we introduce ourselves to each other,
yes,
get to know
yes,
each other a little bit, right?
yes, yes,
That
sir.
would be very beneficial for our
Yes,
learning goals. No?
yes, yes,
Okay, so I'll start. Okay, I'll
yes,
give a brief introduction of myself, and then I hope that you reciprocate
yes,
similarly.
yes,
Okay, so as you already know, my name is Abhishek Pridarshi, and I have been a communications coach and an English instructor for the last 10 years. I belong to the state of Bihar, where
okay,
I currently reside.
okay,
And in my spare time, I love listening to Hindi music, Hindi classical
okay,
music very often, and interacting with English speaking foreigners. All right.
okay,
And I'm very excited also to be your tutor for today's session. Okay.
okay.
So that is
Thank you.
all from my end. Now, could you please do the honors? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, sir. Uh, as you know, my name is Anil Kumar Ram, and I am from Himachal Pradesh. But
Okay.
originally, I am from Kolkata. But in the
Okay.
month of February, I moved to Himachal Pradesh because my wife is working as a government employee.
Oh,
So that's why I moved to Himachal Pradesh. And as a profession, I am a karate coach, and I have a 20-year experience of teaching karate.
wonderful.
And yeah, and last 33 years, I'm learning this art. And uh, like some people call me from last 3 months. I face some problem from South India. Some people are calling me and they like call me on phone. So on that time I face lots of problem
Okay.
because I just cut the call and so I feel that this is not good idea. So that's why I'm here to improve my English.
All
Thank
right,
you.
all right. I'm sure that we can help you with your particular learning goal. All right,
Thank you.
interacting with South Indians can be a little bit challenging if because the only common language that you share with them is English. Okay,
Yes,
even sometimes their English might also be a little broken, but
yes, yes,
your English needs to be at least workable, right, to
yes,
interact with them.
yes, yes,
So,
yes.
although have you ever been to South India before, Mr. Ram?
Like in 2015, I went Kerala. So before that, everyone said that South India have lots of people. They are speak only English. So on when I went Kerala, so I realized no, everyone not speak in English. They speak only their native language, and some like the young people, young person, and some older person or those are educated they
Hmm.
are speak in English. Otherwise, because I have my student, I just ask my student, Pratik, go and ask them anything in English. When he started speaking in English, then we are realizing that no, they are speak on their native language, and some people are speaking English.
I think I also had a very similar experience. My
Okay,
sister got secured admission to NIT Calicut, okay, which is
okay,
again in Kerala, and
okay,
I also used to like my upbringing has been in a Christian school, and I was always
okay,
surrounded by Malayalis. My principal was a Malayali. A lot
okay,
of my teachers were Malayali. So I too had this impression that all Malayali people are very fluent in English. Okay, so I went there
yes,
and I simply started, speaking my heart out with every person that I could find, whether it be a
okay,
shopkeeper or whether it was an auto driver. And then my
yes,
sister had to come and tell me, no, this is not like how it goes here. Okay, These people can
Yes.
understand some basic words of English, because that is their common language, that is their common lingua to be used when
Yes. Yes.
interacting with outsiders. But they are not
Okay.
so fluent in English that you can interact with them, they can understand everything that you speak. That will not happen
Yes.
there. So I felt
Yes. Yes.
also a little bit embarrassed that I had this
Okay.
wrong impression of
Yes.
I
Yeah.
overestimated them, I think. So
Yes.
I also found
Yes.
out, yes, a lot of people are educated and they will be well versed in
Yes.
this language. They will be able to use the language
Yes.
properly in order to communicate their opinions, their views. But
Yes.
a lot many working class people, they can form basic sentences and they can comprehend only very basic words of English,
Yes.
not very fluent, not very proficient. So something very relatable. All right. So, how are you adjusting to your life in Himachal Pradesh? Like, how how far back did you move to Himachal Pradesh? I think you told me, but I forget.
Like actually, my wife got a job in 2019.
Okay,
From
so not
there,
very
uh,
long.
my wife, my wife is staying alone. So I took
Mhm.
my child when he was 6 months. So I
Mhm.
just took him uh, and to in Kolkata. So from there, every day my wife is asking when you are all are coming in Himachal, and I
Mhm.
said just 2 months later, just 2 months later, 4 months later, because I don't want to move Himachal Pradesh
Mhm.
because I miss all my friends and all family. Uh, all are staying in Kolkata, and that's why I'm not want to move. But after that, I realized my wife is facing some problem. She's staying alone,
Mhm.
so that's why I moved to here. And
And
yeah, I face this. There is a anytime suddenly the rain is fall, and so I face uh, this kinds of problem. And even uh, when I first time came at Himachal, at that time I couldn't survive this weather because there is a very cool place, like a very cold place. So
Mhm.
I didn't survive. But after that, now little bit, not more, but little bit
it's
I'm
been 5 years
habituated.
now, no? You
No, no,
have
no.
had
I'm not.
5 years of
No.
adjustment. Okay, you
Yeah, but
how recently did you arrive?
just 3 months ago, like
3 months.
in the 3 or 4 months, I think in the month of February, I moved to here.
All right, all right. So yeah, the
Yes, yes,
transition must have been a little challenging, right?
yes,
Different people, different atmosphere,
yes, yes, yes,
homesickness you might have experienced also
yes,
because you
yes, yes,
left all of your life back there in Kolkata, all of your acquaintances, your friends, your close, intimate people you
yes,
left behind, establishing a new life, and it would feel like an outsider also, like, right?
yes, yes,
The
yes,
place
yes,
where you don't know hardly know any person at all, and you are
yeah,
not very familiar with the culture, with the
yeah,
food, with the kind of atmosphere that the place offers. All of that
yeah,
is new, all of that is kind of upsetting also
yeah,
during the beginning phase at least. But
yeah,
given a little time and opportunity, you adjust to that, right?
yes,
You get habituated. So I
yes.
hope that you have become a little habituated to Himachal, because
Yeah, and now when I meet any person, so I also start doing namaste. Otherwise, when I meet first time, so I just standing because in Kolkata no one saying namaste.
okay.
Just if we know each other, then we can interact with hi hello and in Bengali kemon achen. So
Kemo.
how I yeah. But in Himachal Pradesh, everyone when you meet any person, like today, one police came to my academy, just asking for a CCTV is working or not because some in other homes some have some robberies, so that's why.
Mm.
So on that case, they also say to me namaste, and I also start doing namaste. So this is a very good thing because
Yeah.
when I'm calling with any person in my phone, I start namaste. Namaste, how are you? So
That's a very polite way to start, a conversation,
yeah,
and it reflects upon the culture of the place also. The
yeah,
people seem to be very friendly and helpful. If even the police officer, like generally police officer, I belong to the state of Bihar, right?
yeah,
Police officers are very high-minded, arrogant people generally.
yeah,
So
yes,
they
yes,
will wait for you to address them. They will
yes,
just simply arrive, make their presence felt, and
yes,
simply wait for your response. They will
yes,
not greet you.
yeah,
Okay. And even the police people, even the policemen greet you with namaste, that speaks volumes about how cultured they are, how politeness is a part
right,
and parcel of their manners, is inherent to their culture. So
yes,
that is wonderful to know. I don't think I've ever been to Himachal, but I'm sure that I want to very
yes,
soon, as soon as possible. I would like to visit certain places. All right. So as of now, the volume of what we interacted gave me a little bit of hint regarding where you make certain errors. So I was able to pinpoint quite a few errors. So this is your second session on English Yari, or is it something like that, Mr. Ram?
I think third.
This is your third session. Okay. So, are you enjoying the platform? Are you like getting constructive feedback? Are you do you think it's helping you improve your vocabulary and your speech pattern?
Uh, Actually, I'm improving gradually, little bit because before that, 3 months ago, I joined Clappingo,
Hmm.
and from there, I some people are connecting with me in CV, so they are saying English Shari is a very good. So for I'm waiting for that, and again I'm joining this
So
platform.
you are simultaneously on both platforms, on Clappingo also, on English Area also. Okay, great, great. Yeah, you should keep your options open.
Yeah,
So uh, you don't know when you meet the right teacher,
yeah,
and things click between you. And if you meet the right tutor, although I think you are still sampling, you are still going through your options. If you
yeah,
meet the right tutor and you establish a good mental frequency with them, if you feel like yes, they understand your problems and they are able to contribute to improving your particular challenges, your particular downfall pitfalls, so that will be very beneficial in the long run, right? Generally, yeah, you should check out different teachers and then you should stick with one. Okay,
yeah,
somebody that you have established a connection with, somebody that will no, if you keep meeting new teachers, again you will introduce yourself, you'll tell them about, you inform them about your,
yes,
a lot of time will be wasted. If you already have a tutor that understands your priorities and knows how to guide you through the lesson plan, so
yes,
that will be much more beneficial in the long run.
yes,
Okay, so let me give you a little bit of feedback regarding what you spoke up till now. Okay, for example, the first one of the first things that you told me when I asked you if you have ever been to South India, you said I went Kerala.
yes.
Okay, do you think there is something wrong there? Do you think there is something missing? I have written the sentence in your chat window. Okay,
Yeah.
I think you can figure out by yourself what is missing there.
And in Kerala,
Either you should, either you should say when I visited Kerala. Okay. So visited will not take any preposition. But go takes a preposition. Went is the past form of go, right? So
okay,
went will take a preposition to. So you should say when I went to Kerala, right? Or if you don't want to use to, then you should probably replace the verb itself. You should say when I visited Kerala. Okay. That will not require any preposition, right? Another thing that you said was South India have lots of people. Okay, South India have lots of people. Do you think that is correct?
lot of people, lots, not lots.
I
So
think
I
you can use lots, has,
okay,
but the problem is with the verb there. Like South India is one region, right?
okay,
You're talking about a general region. So that is kind of singular. So you should not use have there. Okay. You should use has. Okay. South India has lots of people, lots of different kinds of people. Okay, so that is what I was trying to point out there. Now, when you were talking about the past, you made some errors regarding tense also. Okay, for example, you said my wife is staying alone. Okay, when you were talking about the past, and if you use this tense, my wife is staying alone, this is the present continuous tense. Okay, we use this tense when we are talking about an activity that is currently going on, okay,
Correct.
or usually going on,
Yeah.
nowadays going on. Okay, but this, when you are using it in the context of the past, you know, your wife, what should you have used instead of this?
Mm,
If you want to convert this to the past,
my wife stay.
you can, yeah, but if you want to use the continuous tense, all you have to change is. You can still use the continuous tense, but you have to use the past continuous tense, right? So if you change the is to was,
Was.
then the sentence is correct. My wife was staying alone, and I wanted to offer my companionship. I knew that she was facing certain issues, and I felt my responsibility to be with her, you know, and face all these challenges together.
Mm,
Okay, so my wife was staying alone, right? Another thing that you said was, like, during the end of our conversation, you said one police came to my academy. Okay, should you say one police came to my academy, or like police is the general organization, right? And police is not actually countable, so you can't say one police. And anyhow, in English, what happens is when you want to say one, for example, if you want to say I have one brother and one sister, so we
mhm,
don't say I have one brother and one sister. We say I have a brother and a sister. So we replace that one with a.
mm,
Okay, so in this case also two errors. Okay, first error is instead of one you should use a. Okay, and the other error is that police is not countable, policeman is countable. Okay, police officer is countable. So you could, it would be better to say a police officer came to my academy. Okay, a police officer came to my academy. That would be the right way of putting it. All right. And then at one point of time you also said I don't move on. Okay, and again you were referring to the past. You were talking about the past when you moved to Himachal, right? So you should not probably use the present tense there, I don't move on. You should say I didn't move on, right, when talking about the past, right? And another thing, last piece of uh, feedback that I want to give you is, you said when I came at Himachal. Again, the preposition there is wrong. You should not use at when you are talking about going to some place. What preposition should you use? Take a guess.
two.
To, exactly. I knew you could figure this out, you know, on your own. So yeah, when I came to Himachal, no, when at is used when you are talking about a particular location, like uh, at the venue, okay, or at the at the office, for example. One particular very specific location, if you have to use, then we use at. When we are talking about a general area or a town or a state, then we should use to, right? When I came to Himachal. Okay, so that is all of the feedback that I could, you know, all of the nitty gritty stuff that I could note down while we were conversing. Okay, and now I think the remaining time left, we should discuss something else so that I'll be able to, you know, identify even more issues with your speech pattern. Okay, now there is generally a topic provided with each session, right? So there is a little PDF, 2 or 3 page PDF that is provided to us for each session. It is not compulsory to follow that PDF, it is a suggestive material. It depends upon the needs of the learner and the evaluation of the tutor whether or not to use it. So I think It talks about routine. Okay, our topic for today is the rhythm of routine. Okay, and I don't need to tell you, you are a karate instructor, you must be leading a very disciplined life, right? You must be following a very strict routine, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about your general routine, about your day to day, how does it pass?
Yeah. Sir, regularly I woke up at wake up at 5 a.m. and go for a freshen up, and then uh, do my worship, and then I again took my child and helped them for their changing their clothes and giving some feed like food for their breakfast, and took him to the drop him to the bus stop for their buses after coming, and then I dropped them and again came back at home, come back at home and go to take my classes in school. And after half an hour riding of my bike, and I reached that school. And then after 1 hour of taking classes, again came back at home, take some breakfast, and in and that time, like 1 hour, I start practicing with my co-learner in CV, and then again in 1 p.m. or some days at 12 p.m. I go to another school and take my classes, and again came back at home and again took my child and changed the clothes and giving some lunch, and then after he's slept, then I start my practice of some exercise on afternoon, and then uh, uh, after 1.5 hour later, again start my practice on I joined CB app and did some practice with my puller, and again go to in the evening I have one classes in private, so I took classes and came back at home, take some rest and have a dinner and go to bed. That's it.
Okay, great. So a very organized lifestyle, right? I hope, I assume that you follow it with devotion and with precision, accurately. This happens like clockwork,
Yeah.
always on time, right? People in professions like yours are very disciplined in their lifestyle. They're like, for example, if they have, like, my lunch hours can vary from ranging from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. to even 3 p.m. Anywhere in between it can happen. But sports people and sports instructors and gym teachers like yourself, so they will like take breakfast and take dinner and take at a very precise time. 2 p.m. means 2 p.m., right? Is that also the case with you?
Yeah. Sometime like my if I have a child, so sometime he uh, doing some naughty things. So I just help them to change their mood and give some food. So in that case, some days I also late for that case. Even I'm talking with you, and my son is disturbing me. He just put
Children are children, what can you do?
on front of me.
I saw that he came and kissed you on the forehead.
Yeah, so
That was really sweet. Is your child a boy or a girl?
boy,
Oh, that is even sweeter, because
yeah,
girls have this kind of affectionate relationship with their fathers, and boys generally do not express a lot of emotions, especially with their fathers. So if your boy is so attached with you emotionally that he feels the necessity to kiss you on the forehead, for example, I never had such a relationship with my father. I don't think he has ever kissed me. I have ever kissed him in my life.
but
But it's
because he is staying with me, 3 4 year continuously from
oh,
morning to evening. In Corona time, I had online classes, So I just um, take my classes on online, and then all time we stayed together. Like,
Mm. So
uh,
you've acted as a mother also, right?
yeah,
For a
in that
considerable
time
amount of time.
he just slept on 8 p.m. So I also start sleep on 8 p.m. on that time in Corona when that happened.
All right, excellent. Very heartwarming story, and it's really fascinating to see that kind of relationship, especially because from my perspective, I have not had personal experience of such a relationship, such intimacy.